Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Miss.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Thank you for asking me. I'm fine. I hope you all healthy today. So, before we start our lesson today, let's pray according to our belief. Pray, begin. Finish. So, who's not attending our lesson today? Is there any? Woody? Woody? Why he's not here?
No, is there anyone knows? No.
No? So there's no reason?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe he's alpha, right? Okay. So, because Woody is not here, let's just start our lesson. So, before you attend this class, what activity did you do? Breakfast. And then, how about you, Dan? Same breakfast.
Jogging a little bit, Miss.
Okay, that's great. You're not showering today?
Of course,
Alhamdulillah, all of you showering. So, have you ever wondered that activity that you do all the time, the routine that you always do all the time? Do you ever wondered? Have you ever wondered that what part of our bodies that doing that movement? What, like you doing jogging, you showering, you eating breakfast, or maybe waving your hand to your friend? Maybe what part of our body? Hand. Only hand? The structure. Let's think about it. Bones. And then, how about the other things? Muscle. And also this. You know, between the bones, you know what that's called?
I don't know.
It's called joint. So today we will explore about human movement, and we will explore about joints, about bones, and also about muscle. But before that, actually, I also want to ask you a little bit question, and I want you to use your imagination. Let's use your imagination and think about what happened to our body if we didn't have bone at all. What do you think what will happen to our body?
We will be weak.
Weak. What? So let's think about our body if we didn't have bone, right? Do we have a structure?
No.
Do you think it's disturbing or not? Disturbing. It's kind of look like a jellyfish maybe, or maybe like jelly, or maybe if you know fish that called blob,
Oh, yeah.
because they don't have a structure. Yeah, that's kind of. Okay, so we will talk about human movement system. So we will talk about the skeleton. What is actually skeleton is? The skeleton is arrangement of bones that makes up our framework of the human body. The skeleton gives the body shape, protects the internal organs, and aids movement with the muscle. So imagine if we don't have bone at all, how about our vital organ? Maybe they do not work at all, right? And we cannot move at all, right? That's scary. So in our body, we have two skeletons. The first one is axial skeleton or central skeleton. The second one is appendicular skeleton. So the first one is axial skeleton. Axial skeleton is consists of the skull, and then your ribs, your spine, and also a little bit like kind of, this one is spine, right? But not pubic bones. So for the appendicular skeleton is the one that help us to do movement. There are like arm and also feet, and also there are pubic bones. So this axial skeleton is actually protecting our vital organ. So if we don't have that, it's pretty scary. Maybe we do not live at all. That's, yeah, disturbing. All right, the next one, we will talk about joints. Do you know what joint is? Sendi. Yes, joint is sendi. Where do you think where joint is placed? Between the bones. Okay, but we will talk about joints. Joints uh, is actually connection between two ends of bone that is glued to each other. But we talk about three main joints in our bodies. The first one is synorstosis. The second one will be amphiotosis, and the third one is diatosis. We will talk about synorstosis first. Synorstosis is the connection between the ends of the bone that is glued together by connective tissue, which then undergoes ossification, thus not allowing movement. So this joint is not even allowing us any movement. Where is this place? It's on your skull. Because in here, as you can see, you will see the pattern in here, right? That is your joints, which is called synorstosis. And yes, synorstosis, sutures of the skull. And the second one is manubriocentral joint. It's protecting your lungs and also your what else? Heart, right? Okay. And the third one is kyphosis. Kyphosis is on your teeth. It's kind of like on your jaw, but it's also in your teeth. There is no really, you cannot really see it, but it's actually in there. It's kind of scary if this joint, synorstosis joint, is actually moving. Do you want your teeth moving? No, of course not. Okay, so the next one is amphiotrosis. Amphiotrosis is a form of connection between two ends of bone that are connected by cartilage tissue, thus allowing a little bit of movement. This joint is only allowing us a little bit movement. Okay, so in here we have intervertebral joint and also pubic symphysis. When you touch your toes, do you move around freely? No, right? When you touch your toes, you only do this, right? You cannot move around, right? Okay. So the next one is diarthrosis. Diarthrosis is the relationship between one bone and another that is not connected by tissue, so as to allow bone movement more freely. This is the only joints that allow us to move around freely. You can just doing circular motion and etc. So there are six joints in here. The first one is ball and socket joints. The second one, hinge joints. The third one, saddle joints. The fourth one, pivot joints. The fifth one, gliding joints. And the last one is condyloid joints. Where do you think ball and socket joints place? You can see the picture, right? Where do you think it plays? Ball socket joint is allowing us to do multiple movement. Yes, on your shoulder, you can do this, right, circular motion. And the second one, hinge joint. Hinge joint is the joint that looks like a door or maybe a window. You only can open and close that joint. Which one? There are two parts in our body. Knee and also on, yes, on your elbow. That is look like a door, right? When you open it like this, and then you close it like this. That's why it's called hinge joints. And the second and the third one, there is saddle joint on your waist, and then pivot joint on here, allowing you to do circular motion. Yeah, when you do exercising, maybe you warm up with the circular motion, right? And then the fourth one, gliding joints on your feet, and also the last one, condyloid joints, is also happen on your arms. Okay, so the next one, because we already talked about bones and joints. Is there any question?
No.
No? Okay, so we will talk about bone abnormalities. What is bone abnormalities? Bone abnormalities is something that is strange happen to our body, right? So I want to talk about four bone abnormalities. The first one is osteoporosis, second one scoliosis, the third one is rickets, and the fourth one is kyphosis. The osteoporosis is a condition where bones become weak and brittle due to loss of bone density. It happens in elderly people, usually, but it also can happen in adolescent or maybe children. And then the second one is scoliosis, a sideways curvature of the spine often diagnosed in childhood or adolescent. Have you ever seen someone who has scoliosis?
Yes.
What kind of, what kind of their body,
They bend over.
they bend a little kan in sideways?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the third one is rickets, a disorder caused by a vitamin deficiency leading to soft and weak bones in children. So if you are still children, you have take a lot of vitamin D, so you don't have this disease, these abnormalities. And the last one is kyphosis, an excessive outward curve of the spine leading to a hunch or rounded back. Okay? Do you understand? Okay. The last one, we will talk about joint abnormalities. There are three joint abnormalities in here. The first one is arthritis, inflammation of the joint causing pain, stiffness, and swelling. The second one is dislocation, when bones in joints are forced out of the position. So it always happen in maybe football, someone who do football and then having a dislocation, or maybe you see someone doing wrestling competition, maybe their shoulder is dislocated. And then the last one is sprain, stretching or tearing of ligament around a joint. Okay, do you understand?
Yes.
Do you have any question?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, so if you are sure that you are understand, I will give you worksheet. So each of you have one worksheet, and then you will work to a case. I will give it to you first.
Okay, miss.
Okay,
Thank you, miss.
okay. So as you can see in there, there are few picture, and also in below the picture you see names, patient names. You see what case, and then also age, background case, and after that you see a question and also instruction. So please pay attention. I want you to work with that background case, so you will identify and also analyze what kind of symptoms does this patient have, and then also what kind of what caused them. And after that, you have to do a hypothesis. You write your hypothesis of that case. And after that, I want one of you present your work in front of the class. Is that clear?
Yes, miss.
You can work it now. Is there any difficulty? No? Okay. Is there any difficulty, Kezia?
What is wrist fracture, miss?
It's Terus for bahasa Indonesia itu kayak ada kesalahan dalam onjol lengan apa sih namanya ya? Saya lupa.
Oh, like this one?
Yes.
Oh,
Do you have any other question?
no, thank you.
Okay. How about you, Hafid ya?
Everything is clear.
Okay. You're smart.
Yeah, of course.
If you have any question regarding the worksheet, you can raise your hand again. Okay, time is up, and I want one of you is come forward to in front of the class and present your work.
Me?
Yes, Kezia, please.
So I will answer the question first and then my understanding, my hypothesis, or
The first one you will talk about is the background case. Yeah.
okay. So the name of the patient is Ibu Ratna. She is 62 years old.
Okay.
And then the background or the case is Ibu Ratna recently slipped while walking and suffered a wrist fracture. This was her second fracture in the past 2 years. Her doctor noticed that she also appeared shorter than she used to be.
Okay. What can you answer the first question?
The first question is what are the physical characteristics of osteoporosis shown in Ibu Ratna's case? I think it is fragile bones or frequent fractures.
Okay.
And it also makes Ibu Ratna lost her height.
Her height. Okay.
Okay. The second one is what is the suspected cause of osteoporosis in elderly women like Ibu Ratna? The answer is decreased estrogen levels after menopause, along with aging and lack of calcium or vitamin D.
How about your hypothesis?
I think if an elderly person does not consume high enough calcium like vitamin D, then their bone will get weak over time, and then will increase the risk of fractures, and it will make osteoporosis happen.
Okay, give applause to Kezia.
Thank you.
So Kezia got a case, 62 years old patient named Ibu Ratna. She's having what? Having injury
Yes.
in her wrist.
Sure.
And then after that, her doctor noticed that she's slightly shorter. Is that right?
Yes.
What do you think about? Do you have any opinion with Kezia's hypothesis? No? No? Okay. So her hypothesis is if an elderly person do not consume a lot of vitamin D, she's having a bone weak, okay, and brittle, right? So what is actual bone abnormality it is? Is this? Is that?
Osteoporosis.
Yes, because having a weak bone and weak brittle also cause osteoporosis. Okay, do you understand?
Yes.
Is there any question?
No.
Are you sure? Okay. So because there are no questions, let's review our material today. What we learned today
We learned
about bones, joints.
and then abnormalities of bones and joints.
Yes. How many joints that we already talked about?
6.
6. That is on diarthrosis, right? But how about the main one? 3 or 2?
3.
3. Yes. The first one is synarthrosis. The second one is amphiarthrosis, and the third one is diarthrosis. In diarthrosis, there are 6 of joints. Okay. Do you understand?
Yes.
Before you go home, I want you to review this material again later, okay?
Okay, Miss.
So that's all for today material. Thank you for paying attention to my lesson. I hope you understand and this can be useful for you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Miss.
You're welcome.